get ready with me for a day in my life. You're probably wondering where I am. For the last 327 days, this has been my home, the Topaz Relocation Center in Utah, over 800 miles from my real home in California. You might hear Topaz called a camp. This is far from the fun summer camps you know. Relocation Center is just another way to say prison. I am incarcerated. Most people who are locked up in the United States have been convicted of a crime, but not me. I'm just a normal 14-year-old kid like you. So why am I here? Good question. You see, I was born in California. My whole family had moved to the United States in 1910 and worked hard to build a life. We had a house and I went to school. Everything was good just until before Christmas in 1941. That's when Japan, the country my parents were born in, decided to attack the United States at Pearl Harbor. My parents didn't tell me very much, but I think it was a sad day and a lot of people died. Once our country was at war with Japan, my whole family was really sad. People started to look at us like we were the bad guys, even though we're Americans. Then one day in April, my dad got a letter that said we had to move to Topaz. He didn't seem surprised, but I didn't understand. I had to leave my bedroom, my school, my friends, and even my dog. Mom cried a lot, but Dad told me I had to be strong. I get to pick one outfit and one book to bring with me. Everything else had to stay. We left the next day. We took a big train that was crowded and hot all the way to Utah.
Up, right, left, fold.
Each morning, all of us kids had to line up for exercise time. At home, we would play sports and run. But morning exercise at Topaz is mostly stretching. It feels okay, though, after sleeping on my hard bed. After we exercise, we get to go get breakfast. I'm always really hungry, but the food isn't very good here. At home, we ate a lot of vegetables. Mom is a really good cook. Here we don't have vegetables, and the food doesn't have much flavor. For breakfast, we usually have oatmeal without sugar, and sometimes prunes or apricots. We get a little bit of milk every day, but it has a sour taste. I drink it anyway. When I turn 15, I get to go to a different dining room with older kids and get a little more food. So that'll be good. For now, I just eat what I can and pretend it'll be good. Every morning, all of us kids have a job to complete. Some of the younger kids clean up our dishes and the dining halls. Some of the girls go sew with the women, so we have blankets and clothes for when it's colder outside. Some boys and girls take care of our cows and chickens. Me and the older boys have to help out with the crops. This time of year, we weed and make sure the crops get watered. In the fall, most of us have to take a break from school altogether to help with the harvest. They call it a mandatory vacation. Ha ha ha. But it's not a vacation at all. I get bad blisters and aches, but Dad says it is important to have fresh foods to eat. The government only pays about 30 cents a day for us kids to eat, so the more we can grow ourselves, the better off we will be. I hope we aren't still here in the fall, but if we are, I think we might have some beans to harvest. Sometimes I look at the sun during work time and think about how I've just been getting up back home. Feels like I've already been up for hours here at Topaz. Finally, I get to go to school. Well, it's kind of like school. My classroom has 92 kids in one room. We have 2 teachers. They do their best, but don't have the things the teachers back home had. Close your eyes and picture your classroom at school. What are some of the things in your classroom that help you learn? Open your eyes. We don't have most of those things here. They're not desks. We all sit on long wood benches, and you can't help but touch the sides of the kids next to you. It gets hot in here, even in the winter, because there's so many of us. We have one chalkboard in the front of the classroom, but we don't have chalk, so teachers use rocks and hard dirt to write on the board. We have a few books, but they are old and missing pages. I have my own pencil that I take good care of, and I don't let anyone borrow it. Sometimes during the day, they split us into groups by ages. The best days are when we get to go outside and practice our math facts with our fingers in the dirt. Go. One day when we were all outside, a group of kids were talking about President Roosevelt. They say he decided to put all of us in Topaz because we could be dangerous or spies. One kid said that Roosevelt did not like Japanese people, so he signed Executive Order 9066. That said, anyone with Japanese blood had to be incarcerated. He said that his dad told him he might not have to go because he was born in America and is a legal American citizen. But he was wrong. Most of us here are American citizens. By the time we get back to the dining hall for lunch, I'm super hungry. I just think the lunch at my old school was bad. But the lunch here is way worse. We usually get some cold hot dog, a piece of bread, some more mushy fruit. Some days there's milk left over from breakfast. We get a little bit more. But most days we get cloudy water or the two mixed together. By this time of the day, I start to get tired. I've been up for about 7 hours working on the crops. It makes my body exhausted. They don't let us rest though. After lunch, all the boys my age have to go back to school and then go to judo class. Judo class is my favorite part of the day. Mom and Dad say it's a way for us to honor our culture. Judo is very popular in Japan. But I like it because I feel normal doing judo lessons. I can pretend I'm back home doing something with my friends. I usually get to be outside too. There are white men with guns in the area around judo class. Beyond the men are tall fences with razor wires on top. The grown-ups laugh about this because even if we wanted to run, there's nowhere to go this far from our home. No one tries to run, but the men with guns make sure no one even thinks about it. Dinner's the only time I get to eat with my little sister and parents each day. We sit together and try to feel like a normal family. Dinner is a lot like lunch. Usually we eat some kind of meat, but I don't always know what it is. The fruit left over from lunch gets spread over bread as a treat. I don't complain because I can tell my parents were sad and worried. I don't want them to feel worse because of me. I know they feel guilty for coming to America so I can have a good life and ending up in such a bad place. We hope they'll let us out soon. After working out and exercising outside, I always want to shower, but I don't shower every day. I hate showering here because the water isn't very warm and I don't have any privacy in the bathroom. When I shower, I wear shorts and try to be quick. It is very embarrassing for some people, especially the older women who are modest. The white men walk on boards above the showers and watch us. I don't know what they are watching for, but it makes us hurry. Frickin' vid. The showers are right next to the toilet, so it smells really bad. Lots of people here are sick from the bad food and water and have to use the toilets in front of everyone too. I try not to look. I really miss the bathroom at my house where I could take my time and steal some of my mom's shampoo. At home, my family would hang out after dinner and have fun. Sometimes we'd have ice cream and play in the yard. At Topaz, we were all very tired by evening and usually go to bed early. Mom tells us about a story about what things were like when we get out of here. We are excited to see friends and go to the beach. I know my mom is sad, so I don't ask many questions. My bed is hard and it gets cold at night, but I can normally sleep okay. Each night when I go to bed, I hope it's the last night here. I hope someday people learn about Topaz and know it's not right that we are here. I hope this never happens to people again. Good night.